Hey gang, this is pretty weird, so hopefully it's okay. Um, Please, if somebody could let me know that this is working. YouTube has yet again gone with a different interface, and they are phasing out the old interface. So hopefully it is in sync. If somebody could tell me, that would be awesome. And I can see how many people are on and so forth. Looks like there's 6 people on. So let me say hi to some folks. Let me say hi to Matt. Let's see. It looks there's been a lot of chat. Sounds good. Okay, good. All right. So let's see. All right. So let me say hi to folks. Hi, Matt. Already starting the discussion about this. Oh my gosh. All these pop-up windows that YouTube's throwing at me again too. Great. Isn't that awesome? Love it. Nemo Unknown, good morning to you. David Smith, good morning. Garrett, good morning. All right. Let's see. We've got, who else? TBA, good morning to you. And let's see. Pinky Muscle, good morning. Good to have you on. Robbie Love, hello. Nissan 570 LXX looks good. Yeah, the beard is gone for reasons I'm not retired yet. So I thought I was going to be home for the entire winter, and it looks like I'm not going to be. So got to go in next week. Let's see who else. Mark Siebes, good morning to you. No plaid shirt. Wait, what are you talking about? No plaid shirt. I'm wearing it. I got another one up there. Look, just so everybody knows. Hey, Brent, good morning to you as well. And ML. Good. How about this? So check this out. There we go. See, there's another plaid shirt up there. Just so everybody knows. There's another plaid shirt, as you can see. So today there's kind of a I don't know if it's special or what, and we'll maybe your faith in reality has been restored. That's good to know. So I don't know whether this is going to be I hope it's going to be fun for folks. I want to make it fun for folks. We'll do the Misheard lyrics, and I think that was a great idea from TBA. I wanted to let you guys know I'm actually thinning out the herd of my guitars, and I've got some good ones that it pains me, but I'm going to get rid of, and I'm going to put them up on Reverb, which has usually worked for me, and I hope I don't have to do eBay. But let me show them to you, and then I'll demo some of them, and then we'll intersperse in between the demos some good chat. So let me show you them. The first one is this one right here. This PRS. Let me move back a little bit so we can see it. This is a PRS Tremonti, and just kind of get it up a little bit closer. It's all this delayed, so it's hard to see. It actually doesn't have its original pickups. These are Mojotone 59s, so they're modeled after the Seymour Duncan 59s, which are modeled after the PAFs, Gibson PAFs. So that's what's there. Obviously, it's a flame maple top. Sort of orangish or yellowish color, beautiful color. Also, non-standard on this one is it's got locking tuners, which are kind of nice. I like these. And it's got a really nice neck on it. Right here, it's got a good join. So that's kind of good. You have more access than you would with a Les Paul. And let me turn that off. And then the last thing that I think is kind of nice about it is it does have a trem. So if you want to play that stuff, you can play. It's got a trem, and it's a pretty good one. Stays in tune. The bad thing about this one for me is that this is a 10-pounder, and that's just too much for me anymore. I just can't do it. This is probably, if not the best playing guitar I have, it's certainly one of the best. The neck is really nice. It's a fairly thin neck, not super thin, but fairly thin and wide. So if you like that sort of thing, it works. And if you don't, it's probably not for you. So that's what this one is. I'll go less over them right now. The second one I've got that I'm going to get going is this Ibanez Artist. I think this is a 420. It may not be. It may be a 320 something that was discontinued, but it's a reissue, so it is not the 12-pound, 13-pound behemoth that it was in the 1970s. It's got the 58 pickups. I think they're called S58s. So they're actually pretty responsive pickups. Gold hardware, nice flame maple top on it. It's nice, excellent access to the upper frets because of this. It's also got a good neck joint right there. It's a smooth neck joint instead of an abrupt one, which is nice. What else? This one also has the switching. So this has, you can pull full humbuckers, you can coil tap them or coil split them, and you can also put them in parallel, and you can control each one independently. So there's a tremendous variety of sounds you can get from this. This is a very bright sounding guitar, so I always have to turn the tone knobs down somewhat to play it, otherwise it sounds harsh, but it's great playing guitar. Neck also has a volute on it, which is I like. It's got a synthetic bone nut. On the negative side, it's got a synthetic bone nut, which means plastic to everybody who's looking at it. All right, but anyway, it's a nice looking guitar anyway, and I like playing it. Let's see. I'm looking to have this guy move on. This is the only hollow body I've got. Again, all of these I'll keep them if I want to. I'm not going to easily part with them. There's always a reason to keep them. This one is a hollow body, super light. This is an Epiphone Sorrento 62 reissue, 50th anniversary. It's a beautiful guitar. This one's really nice, and it has Gibson mini humbuckers that are here. It's totally hollow guitar, so you can play it acoustically. It doesn't have a huge sound. You still have to amplify it, but you can really hear it acoustically. Resonates nice. Only has, I think, 20 frets, so there's not a lot of. This is not a guitar that you're gonna play metal solos on. Wooden bridge, so it has a nice soft sound. Good stuff. Well, it's half metal, half wooden, but it's a floating bridge. Yeah, trapeze tailpiece. Nice. Like I say, I'll demo some of these a little bit later, but I just want to show all of them to you. Let's see. This one, my brother-in-law is going to get very upset at me, and this is really a unique guitar. This is not a Fender Jaguar. This is a Squier Vintage Modified Jaguar. This has been altered quite a bit. I got it from my guitar tech who had already changed the frets on it. And let me tell you, these frets are unbelievable. I'm sure it's way better than you're going to get from a vintage modified that you buy off the store. But I got it in a trade from him, so I've been pretty happy with this. I did put in the new bridge, but if anybody bought it, I'd include the old bridge. I kept the old bridge and stuff like that. It's got a trem. It's got sort of, I forget what they called this trem, but it's kind of a nice one. You can't do whammy bar, Eddie Van Halen dive bombs on it. 24-inch scale on this one, which is different. And I used to put round wounds on this. Now I have or flat wounds on it. Now I have round wounds on it. It's got this, the dual circuitry and stuff like that. This definitely, as a weak point, the electronics are not really that great. But what is nice is the 24-inch scale. It's different. My brother-in-law loves this guitar, so sorry, hello. Getting rid of this one. Anyway, that's pretty nice. But it's not a Fender though, so the resale on these things, these are not my top guitars in terms of a lot of this stuff. I'm keeping a lot of my other stuff. This is an Ibanez, I think it's an AXD-83P. I'm not sure. But it's an Ibanez, what do they call, Art Core? It's in the Art Core line. It's like it's a mini Les Paul style body with the F holes on it, trapeze tailpiece. It's kind of nice. It's a nice light guitar. It's about 6.5 pounds, 6 pounds. I replaced the pickups in here. It had PAFs. I replaced them with, these are GFS Surf 90s. They're kind of like, what do they call those? The TV Jones type pickups. They're kind of like that. They're not quite. They're brighter than P90s for sure. This one I also had the frets done, and I put in a bone nut on this one. So it's pretty nice. Anyway, it is what it is. And we'll demo all of these, interspersing the discussion. Dynabucker's knockoffs. Yeah, they're kind of nice. They're kind of nice. They are single coil. I have the PAFs, so whoever want them, if they want to swap in the PAFs, they can do that. Will come with. I got to tell you, the thing I dislike the most about this guitar is the cheesy inlays. I don't like those inlays. The lightning bolt is not my favorite. But other than that, I really like this guitar. It's nice. I just have so damn many guitars, man. I feel like they all should get played, and I feel bummed about it. So anyway, I have a few backing tracks and stuff like that, but I can demo a few of them. And if you're interested in any of them, best thing is not to just talk to me here. It's to look up my website, and I'll put and just message me, via email. That way, you can let me know. And yeah. Anyway, I just thought you guys might want to know first, and like I say, I'll demo a few of them, and if you want to either add to your obsession or you want to pick something up that you don't have that you like, that's that. And so let's see. So what are people saying about this one? Oh, Rondo, good to see you on. ML semi-hollow. I think you're talking about the AXD. Yeah, it's semi-hollow, and then I have one that's fully hollow on that. Anyway, and Frank is on. I see Frank is on. That's great. And yeah, and so I'm gonna list. I'll put my my website underneath, and my Facebook too. You can get on my Facebook music page, and I'll put them up there. All right, ML down to 21 guitars. Oh my God, yeah. So I get criticized for it all the time. I have so much space, and I want to move. So anyway, that's that. So I'll tell you what. Let me see if I can demo one or two of these, and why don't I start out with something that's relatively easy for me. So let's do the Ibanez Artist. Let's do this one. So so let me get the sound right, or at least reasonably right. So first I want to just show you just a little bit of the tones here. Let's move it down so you can see it. There we go, and move this over. There we go. So like I said, this is a pretty bright guitar. What I'm going to do starting out is put both of the pickups. We'll try, this is the neck pickup. I'll start with the neck pickup. And I'm going to turn the tone knobs all the way up. Just so, so here we go. So you can hear it's a pretty bright sounding guitar. That's the neck pickup. So that's the neck pickup. And if you go to the bridge pickup, That's the bridge pickup as is. And then if we split the coils on the bridge, you can hear... Oh, I got to turn it up a little bit now. You can hear it's really super bright, and this is the neck pickup with the split. So it's a pretty versatile guitar. You can get lots and lots of sounds out of it. Let's try playing it to a little funky blues maybe. Let's try that. So here we go. All right. So that's basically it. Yeah, it's definitely a very twangy sort of guitar. No question about that. And it has that sort of, it can get that sort of tone. If you roll off the tone knob, you can get a much more jazzy tone. Let's play it on the neck pickup. You know, you can get a much more jazzy tone. But this one, you know, if you're not used to playing with the tone knobs a lot, this one definitely is not for you unless you want to explore that, because you definitely have to roll off a lot of the tone. Tone knobs are luckily pretty good on it and pretty responsive. But I've enjoyed these pickups quite a bit. That's why I've been hesitant to replace them. They're not hot pickups. They're definitely not hot pickups. So if you want to play super hot metal stuff, forget it. You want to melt people's faces, not the guitar for you. But it's a good guitar. It's a nice guitar. I dig it. All right, so that's that one. And we'll hold off on the others for just a bit. And let's see. Let me just put this one in, the PRS. We'll demo that one a little bit. So let's chat a little bit about... yeah, and by the way, I was just playing straight out of the amp, clean tone, and I did have a tiny amount of reverb, but nothing else. Okay? So I'll try and do direct to amp tone, maybe a little bit of gain, and that's about it. So let's see. Yeah, it's so hard getting rid of guitars. I agree. No question about it. So let's talk a little bit about Misheard lyrics. So I've got a couple, and then we'll demo another one. So let's see. So here's one, and then we'll ask you guys for some of these. So let's see. Here's one that TBA gave me was, and I don't know how many of you have done this one, but how about this? I can see clearly now, Lorraine is gone. Did anybody really think that was Lorraine? I guess it kind of makes some sense. Sync is off again. Well, that's a bummer because I cannot test without showing a bunch of echo. So we're going to test it. You guys are going to have to bear with the echo right now, okay? And I'll mess around with it. Oh yeah, I can see it's off a little bit. Let us add a little bit to it. You would think. Okay, that looks good. Hopefully it syncs back on a little bit. I'm just adjusting this stuff. There's a delay that I have to adjust on mine, on my software. Okay, French for Lorraine, yeah. That's good. Okay. Sam W says he feels like in the Abbey Road echo chamber. Okay, now it's back. Excellent, good. Let's hope it stays. There. All right, how about this one? Now, this one I always thought was a joke. And I used to do it when I had a coffee house set. I'd always get the audience to sing this one. This is I see a bad moon rising. Right? That one. And it's with the there's a bathroom on the right. Right? Did anybody really think it was that? I know somebody who did. But I just learned that. So that one is, of course, what? What's the right lyrics to that one? There's a bathroom on the right. CCR, you got it, Matt. TPA said he honestly thought it was bathroom. Bad moon on the rise. That's right. Bad moon on the rise. How about this one? Now, this one I never thought of, but it's kind of interesting. The girl with colitis goes by. Oh, God, that's disgusting. It's not disgusting, but if you're a teenager, it probably is. Oh. Hearing double this morning? Uh-oh. Still hearing double? Yeah, that's Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. The girl with kaleidoscope eyes, I think it's supposed to be. I know it's supposed to be there. Kaleidoscope eyes, but the girl with colitis goes by. Okay. Sublime song. Waiting for my Ruka. So, Nissan, what is that song? Get your address on instead of get your red dress on. I can see stuff like that. There's a really funny video out there. I can't remember who the guy is, but he's a comedian where he has people listen to things. And it has, Celine Dion singing about hot dogs and all this kind of stuff. The Platters. I only have eyes for you. Okay. She rubbed your butt. Okay, I don't know that one. So Geert says, I think the classic has to be Paul Young's Every time you go away, you take a piece of meat with you. Yeah. Instead of take a piece of me with you, take a piece of meat with you. That's good. She wore so Savvy Symbiont says she wore a pair of leg lifts. I don't know that one. Peter K is the comedian. Thank you, Detect 7. Okay. So Savvy Symbiont, what is that one? She wore a pair of leg lifts. I'm sorry, that's pearl necklace, but what's the actual words? Hey, RMG. Oh, I see. It's in the background vocals. Yeah, the Springsteen one that somebody is just saying revved up like a deuce. I think it's revved up like a deuce, another runner in the night. Everybody thinks it's something up like a douche. But anyway. Fight with Dorothy and Dorothy always wins. Oh, that's great. Studio Deluxe. I fight with Dorothy and Dorothy always wins instead of I fight authority. That's awesome. I love that one. All right. Well, I'm glad you guys are getting into this one. All right. So think kick your teeth in, chiquitita. That's a good one too. I've heard that, but my wife is well, she's American. She was born here. But her mother is Swedish, and they used to go back all the time, and so I'm used to hearing that Swedish accent in American English. So, wish you were here. I always thought it was what we have found and not how we have found. Huh? Okay, let's go with the demo on the PRS now. Whoa. Probably have to turn this one down. So the thing about this one is this is definitely a rock and roll beast. It can play soft stuff, but it's definitely a rock and roll beast. So let me just give you some of those sounds. Here's the neck pickup. Boy, that echo's really getting to me. This is just everything else, no effects. You know, it's just really good rock sound. And then let's see if we can move this around a little bit. And then here's the bridge pickup. Okay, so let's do a little demo on this one. This will be a little bit harder. I haven't practiced these. I just picked these things up this morning, but these backing tracks this morning, but I figured I needed a backing track to play over this one. So this one's a little bit faster, so I'll probably mess up some, but here we go. Vibrant rock. All right, well, a lot of crappy notes in that one, but anyway, should give you the idea. This one definitely rocks. All right. Yeah, so this is definitely a lead guitar for sure. You can play some. It's definitely rock and roll on this one. That was some cool harmonic minor stuff. I didn't anticipate that. There's some weird chord change there where it goes to like a C sharp or something. So that's out of key, but anyway. Yeah, anyway, should get that one. So anyway, that's this one. Let's play something just to show that it is kind of versatile. Let's try a different one. Let's see what we could do. Let's try and play some blues with this one. Put it on this and put it on. Still also loud. All right, that's better. Let's try some blues with this one. This is blues in C minor. etc. All right, so maybe we'll do that one again because that's kind of a cool backing track. Yeah, so these are, I don't know what these songs are, but I think they're just kind of cool progressions over this. It's kind of like a C minor blues. It's kind of like the starts out like that, and then it's just a minor blues, right? Then C minor would go to F minor or F minor 7. That's neat. And then it does a sort of typical but interesting half step approach from the G7 to the G sharp 7 to the G. And you can play that in a number of different ways, playing a minor 7 flat 5 or whatever. But that's basically it. It goes from it's a passing chord that goes from a G7 sharp 7 to a G7, which is the 5 chord, and then back to the 1. Then the 5 chord. You can add a sharp 9 there. Sounds good, right? On the 4 chord. There's that approach chord again. To the 5 and then back to the 1. Turn around, 4 chord minor, 1, and here's the 5 chord dominant, and again you can add that sharp 9. Sounds really good. That's what that one is. Anyway, that's what this one sounds like. This one feels really awesome too. Anyway, I don't want to oversell this one, but I like this guitar a lot. Maybe I don't know. That one's gonna be tough to get rid of for sure. Let's see. Let's plug that in and turn that down. Let's see how we're doing on the lyrics. You guys think of any more lyrics? Sounds like as the years... Oh, the first example. I don't know what that is either. That one, as far as I could tell, let's try that again. Let's just play it on this. To show you that this is not a rock and roll beast. Turn this up. So it's sort of like it's a G minor there to F. Oops. Let's see that. What was that? Yeah, G minor. Out of tune here. Let's see which string is out. Whole thing was kind of sharp. So let's see. G sharp minor, little passing chord of a F sharp to an E. We'll do it again. And now what's interesting is this one, E. And now this one, I heard a bass note right here. It's sort of like this, right? Which is like a C minor 7, but with a B bass. I'm sorry, with a G bass. So you could play an E flat there. G minor, F, sharp. And then what is it? E to F. Now it does go to an E flat at this point, or a D sharp, I mean. So that's that. That's like that's why the harmonic minor works so well. If you just shifted this up one fret, you'd have the you'd have it sound like Hearts. Oh, what's that song? Not Barracuda. Maybe it is Barracuda. Well, it sounds again like Stray Cat Strut, but those are the chords. That all makes sense. I just shifted that to A minor from G sharp minor. So anyway, so that's what's going on there. And then the tough part, I think, as far as I could tell, was the tough part, the solo over. All that's simple, but then you've got to... So that's a G sharp minor, F sharp B to E, and all that's diatonic, and that's great. G sharp, F, and now C sharp. That's an interesting chord. That sounds like, now that I think of it, I should have done this like, because that sounds like While My Guitar Gently Weeps. So that's a chord from that. Going to that flatted seventh there. That's interesting. And then to round it up, it goes G minor, F sharp, B, E, G minor, F sharp, and then E flat again, or D sharp. And it starts all over again. So there's elements of like Heart and While My Guitar Gently Weeps in both of those, I think. I don't know. It's, couldn't you do a B7 instead of a B major? Yeah, you could, of course, do a B7 instead of... Well, I don't know. It sounds good as a power chord, I think. So you just play a B5. It's probably better. You can probably play all these as power chords, and it's going to sound good. Not on this guitar. This is not the guitar for it. All right, let's see. Let's see. And you're welcome, Brent. All right, well, we're on a roll for this. Let me try this one then. Let's try a. Oh, I don't know. I'm being adventurous today. I'm not prepping for these backing tracks very well. Maybe I'll do it some other day, but let's see. Oh, this one sounds pretty easy, so let's try this one. Oh, let's try this one. Okay. Bluesy Groove. Which one did I pick for this one? Yeah, let's try this one. Turn it up a little bit. This one's kind of ambient, right? See what it is here. I think I got it. Good enough anyway. one's kind of fun. All right. Okay. So anyway, that was nice. So that's this one. This is what this one can do best. It's sort of like R&B and jazzy type stuff. That's what this can do best for sure. So that's that one. Let's talk a little bit. Looks like some people are back onto this. So let's do a few more Dylan lyrics. Garrett asked about Misheard Dylan lyrics. There is this one that TBA gave me. I never heard anybody say it, but let's see if I can find it. Something about ants. The ants are my friends. They're blowing in the wind. Which is kind of funny, I guess. All right. And let's see. Grateful Dead falls into that category. Might as well. Detect 7 says, might as well face it, you're a dick with a glove. I never heard that one. That's pretty interesting. Please don't sit there and drink my wine. Come and dig my herb. Yeah. Iron Butterfly, Nemo. Simple Twist of Dave instead of Simple Twist of Fate. No kidding. That's interesting. Yeah, so a number of people have said, Hold Me Closer, Tony Danza. For sure. That's one. TBA gave me a great one from Madonna. And I never heard anybody saying this, but it makes sense. Like a virgin, touched for the 31st time. Which doesn't make too much sense, but there you go. That's pretty funny. So let's see. Yes, the Hendrix one. All right, how about this one? I've heard this one with two different ones. I've heard this one. The one that I heard my friend saying was four-legged woman, four-legged woman to me, four-legged woman. But somebody else said the bald-headed woman. I never heard that, but anyway. All right. The Bee Gees, yes, the Bee Gees. Let's see. Obviously, the classic has got to be... Yeah, I agree, TBA. Hendrix has the classic. Excuse me while I kiss this guy. And there's another one that's that's also very similar by... I'm trying to remember who's the guy. Maybe it was Seal who did it. Was the... I believe I can fly. I believe I could kiss this guy. Instead of kiss the sky. Same, but it's the same phrase. And Hendrix was the first, so there you go. Let's see. Has anybody said the Mondegreens? What's that one, AC? Mondegreens. I never heard that one. Oh, R. Kelly. Okay. I don't know. A term from Misheard lyrics. Oh, is that right? No kidding. I didn't know that. Okay. Mondegreens, Misheard lyrics. Okay. One that a friend of mine always said was he thought that Clapton was singing Want to be your four-letter man. Four-letter man, four-letter man, four-letter man. I don't know what the hell that means. But we hear mostly German lines in the song. Okay, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, let's see. Time for one more. Let's see. Time for this one. Now this one. All right. This one's a total... Ooh. Ah, that hurt. This one is a very versatile guitar. It's got the neck carve on it is kind of chunky. It's kind of like old school sort of thing. And but it does have the, like I said, it has 24-inch scale. and it's got the treble and the bass circuit. So this circuit right here can give you lots of crazy sounds, including cutting the bass. This one cuts the bass. This one is for this pickup, so you can turn it off, turn it on. Turning off the neck pickup now. So you can get a lot of different sounds on these for sure. I personally like the sound of this circuit right here because it sounds kind of jazzy, and you can use it a lot for R&B, which is what I do. Obviously, you can use it for surf, and that's another thing that you can do with that one. All right, so there's actually a demo video that I did of this several years ago, and this one's also pretty comfortable. It's a different, unique shape and decent fret access. 24-inch scale makes it different. You know, you can, if you have small hands, this one really works because you might want to, the only thing is you might want to use heavier strings on it. I use 11s on this one, partly because of the bridge, but partly just because it has that shorter scale, so it's a little bit slinkier than the other guitars. If you use 9s on this one, you're going to feel like rubber bands for sure. It's going to go out of tune a lot, I think. With the original bridge, it will slip out all the time. So that's why I use heavier ones on this one. This one also, the two biggest problems with this one are very cheap plastic nut, and the electronics aren't as good as they could be. It's not super noisy, but it's not bad. Duncan design pickups, so they're pretty good. Anyway, you've heard this one, so I'm gonna move on. Do one more. And look at this one. So this one's definitely a jazzy guitar. I guess maybe you could play it for Ted Nugent or something like that, maybe. So this is with the tone controls full on, and with the neck pickup. So it can get some, it can get some high tones on it. So you could use it for funk if you wanted to. Or you could do it for that. But it definitely, I think, at least for me, I try and get that nice woody tone out of it. So that's that. All right, so let's play a little bit on this one. Now, this one, I have to admit, I'm going to try not to miss a lot of the chord changes. I'm just going to try and play it by ear. There's a lot of chord changes in this one. I just looked at the first jazzy one, and there's definitely, it's going out of key a lot, so we'll see how much I can do it. Here we go. So anyway, obviously a jazzy sort of guitar, and I think it's really pretty. I like it a lot. But time to go. All right. So that's that. So if you're interested in any of them, let me know. Hit me up with a message on Facebook or my website via internet, via email, and let me know. Okay. So Bigsby, yeah, could use a Bigsby. I think the smaller one I tried putting on a Bigsby. On this one, I tried putting on a Bigsby, but it wasn't a real Bigsby. I didn't want to really take the chance and do it, and it didn't work so well, so I took it off. But this one would work with a Bigsby as well. All right, anyway. Let's see. So, let's see. You guys still talking about... Oh, thank you, Garrett. Thank you. Thank you. Put a 0 fret. Oh, yeah. Gratz, Stones. What about Stones? I don't know. There must be a bunch of Stones misheard lyrics. There must be. Because it's really hard to understand that. Taking a boat ride with a lover down the Seine. Yeah. That was nice. I like that. I like that backing track. I think I need to really kind of learn that because it does have some interesting chords in there. Maybe break it down sometime for you guys. All of them have, all of them you can play triads automatically. Thanks, Pinky Muscle. Thanks. Syncs way out. Oh, is it? Oh, crap. Let's see if we can try it again. Let's see if we can try it again. Hello, hello. Let's see if we can try it again. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, wow, it is really out. Try this. All right, let's try it now. Let's try it now. All right, let's try it now. Let's try it now. All right, let's try. Still out. Okay. Okay. Well, that's a little closer. Okay. Well, that's a little closer. I think I'm going to live with this one. I'm not at all digging the this new interface at all. It's just terrible. Just terrible. All right, let's see. In Satisfaction, we all thought that Mick was trying to say he was trying to get some girl pregnant. Well, I think he was, right? Or trying to make some girl, right? But almost the entirety of Monkey Man was probably misheard. That's right, Axis 2084. I'm sure that's true. All right. Yeah, I agree. The lyrics are brilliant to Satisfaction. I think it's excellent. All right. Let's see. Here's a few more that that TBA gave me that I thought were good. And let's see. You can dance. Oh, this one has the whole thing. You can dance, you can die, having the time of your life. See that girl, watch her scream, kicking the dancing queen. That one's, tons of misheard lyrics on that one. So instead of you can dance, you can die, it should be you can dance, you can jive, which is kind of an interesting, I don't know, it was maybe what they were picking up, jive. And then see that girl watch that scene digging the dancing queen. Digging the dancing queen. Or some people say dig it, but I think it's digging the dancing queen. All right. Ian Kilmister. Huh. That's interesting. So where is he from? Ian Kilminster. Kilminster. I don't know. He's from somewhere out. Yeah, Kilminster. Anyway, that's kind of interesting. Okay. Anyway, I don't have too many. I have a bunch more, but maybe we'll do it some other time. I think we're kind of. I don't have this very well organized. I'm just going to kind of watch your stuff here, and let's see. ABB, yuck. So I'm not sure what that is. Burslem in Stoke-on-Trent. Okay, well, that didn't really help me too much. That didn't really help too much for me. I need to look that up and get better with my English geography, my British geography as well. I did watch last night. My family and I are into feel-good movies right now for for interesting reasons. But anyway, I watched The Englishman Who Went Up a Hill and Came Down a Mountain. That was a pretty good movie. I enjoyed that a lot. All the Leaves Are Brown. Annalisa Brown? Really? El Rondo, is that right? That's interesting. Annalisa Brown. That's good. I never heard that. Yeah, I agree, Garrett. I really thought it was quite good. I dug that. What I really liked about that one was they had a scene where the minister, he finds a line in the Bible for why you should work on Sunday to get to build the hill, turn the hill into a mountain. And it just reminded me of when I was younger. One of my cousins, much older than I was, he played baseball, and this is just a different time. He grew up in southern Ontario, and the matriarch of our family was an Episcopalian minister, and my whole family on my mom's side was very religious, and that was a huge no-no to play baseball on a Sunday. And until my uncle Enos said he thought it was okay, and then everybody thought that was they went with it. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting. All right. Let's see. Michelle Phillips will be rich forever because of California Dreaming. That's probably true. That is probably true. All right. Well, anyway, I hope you like the playing. Maybe sometime we'll take some of those chord progressions and we'll talk about maybe if I can work with them a little bit and maybe solo a little bit better instead of just faking it in the moment. We can do that. And did people try then to get the uncle to authorize other events? They did for years and years. He was really a great uncle. So he was quite a bit older than I was. He was in his 80s when I was younger, but he was clearly the matriarch of the family and very involved in Ontario politics as well. Served in World War I as a Canadian, and was the skipper of the national curling team for years. So Enos Hart was his name. Very British name. Yeah, ML, I've seen that one. We built this city on sausage rolls. I've seen that one. Yeah, he was an interesting guy for sure. He definitely was an interesting guy. When I knew him, he had a small farm in Beamsville, Ontario, which is, I think the other side of, it's somewhat near Toronto. It's in that general area. Anyway, I always remember going there. He had an interesting way of talking. He would always sit me down and he would say, whatever he wanted to tell me, he'd say, "My boy," and then he'd tell me what he was going to say that. When he was very, very soft-spoken. "Well, my boy," he would say this. It's good. Have me tearing up now. Miss him. Miss him a lot. All right. Is that right? You've been through Beamsville. You know, the funny thing, you know, growing up, I remember going, there was a long trek from us to go from Detroit to Beamsville as kids. That was a long way. And yes, he is still alive in my memory. And I remember two things about going, well, I remember many things about that, but two things that are most vivid are how he had such a gentle touch in how he talked, and how he would talk to us and discuss things with us as well. My dad was very into politics, and he was a union man, and he was a union steward, very much into Walter Reuther and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, my uncle took him seriously and had a nice touch with him. So I remember that, and I also remember his wife had the worst breath I ever smelled. She would always come and give you that kiss, and oh man, that breath just was terrible. But she was a really nice person as well. So, kind of funny. They had strawberry. They still would. We'd go and pick strawberries. It was so nice. Turn the other cheek. Did I ever see the movie Tommy? Yes, I've seen the movie Tommy a couple of times. I haven't seen it. I must confess, I have not seen the movie Tommy for probably 20 years, but I've seen it a number of times before that. Yeah. I like that. I like, what is the, is it 1920? No, Christmas. I like that song Christmas on Tommy a lot. There's a lot of good stuff on Tommy. I'm much more into, though, musically, I was much more into Quadrophenia than Tommy. I thought Quadrophenia was a richer album. I love The Who. I was a huge Who freak for many, many years. Until I finally had to admit that Led Zeppelin was better. And I think in retrospect, there's no question. No problem, Matt. There's no question that they were better, but I still listen to The Who more. I still like The Who. All right. I mean, for that matter, I listen to Yes a lot more than I listen to either of those bands. And I will admit that Yes were not the best of those three. But I listen to Close to the Edge. I still listen to that today a lot. So, all right. Well, anyway, hey, gang, I think I'm going to get along with my Sunday. Thanks for sharing a little bit with me. Again, if you are interested in any of these guitars, they're eventually going to make their way onto Reverb. They'll eventually make their way into Reverb, but if you're at all interested in them, I will put a link in the description, or not. Yeah, I'll put a link in the description and the comments, and you can contact me that way. And there you go. Going for the One is a great album. I love that one. I'm really into classic Yes before Bruford left the group. Thanks, El Rondo. Hey, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Yes, Tone Seeker and ML. Thank you. Thanks so much. And Garrett. So let me just say goodbye to everybody before we head off. See ya, El Rondo. See ya, TBA. Thank you for the idea. We'll give it justice some other time. We'll do it justice some other time. It was a great idea. Nemo Unknown, thank you for coming on. Ozman, I think, is gone already. Matt, Delahunt, thank you. A number of people came on today that I haven't seen on for a while, so I'll say thank you to all of you. Axis 2084, thank you. And happy Thanksgiving to all. Pinky Muscle, I think, is somebody who was on as well. Xavier Onofre, thank you for being on today. We'll see you. All right, happy Thanksgiving to all. Hope you can relax a little bit And I know the Canadian Thanksgiving was in October, so belatedly happy Thanksgiving for that, and hope you have another day for giving thanks. And that's it. Okay, we'll see ya. How do I stop? There we go. This is all different to me now.